Howdy, 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 and welcome to Thriving in the Transition, the podcast. Episode 8. I'm truly humbled to be able to bring this podcast to you and to be part of your lives. And I am part of your lives, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Your feedback, encouragement, and connection, that makes it all worthwhile. They say it takes 7 times to make something a habit. That means I'm your habit. We're past 7. We're at 8. I'm your dirty little shameful habit. Doing this and connecting with you is truly amazing and inspirational for me. And I hope you feel the same. So yay me, yay you, and yay us. As we continue to grow and broaden our audience, please give us a 5-star rating, follow us, subscribe, add positive comments, like us, or give us a thumbs up, whatever that form of feedback is on whatever platform it is you're using. What I'm ultimately saying is what I try to say every week, that is. What I'm ultimately trying to say, what I try to say every week is you should connect with us. You should engage with us. We're up now and available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Castbox, and of course, Anchor FM. Simply search for us wherever you listen to great podcasts. We strive to be among that list of the great podcasts that you listen to, rely upon, and ultimately find useful. Kind of like Thomas, we want to be a useful engine. Why am I doing this? Why the heck not? All the cool kids are doing it, right? Why not me? The truth is that I simply want to practice what I preach. I want to put into the world some positivity, especially at a time when there's so much bad put out there front and center. If I were a superhero, this podcast would be the searchlight that Commissioner Gordon would shine into the night sky and let people know that everything was going to be okay. Yeah, I said it. That searchlight wasn't for Batman. It was to signify that the people were going to be okay, that things were under control. See, even if I'm wrong, I got you thinking. I absolutely believe that part of my purpose in this life is to connect with others, to bring people together. I want to highlight and ultimately exemplify the fact that we have more in common than we do in difference. Yeah, the differences are much easier to identify, but discovering and appreciating the commonalities, that's much more fun. That's where the magic is. That's the secret sauce. So yeah, that's partly why I'm doing this. The other part, or the rest of the story, as to why I'm doing this, is that I want to shine a light on those slightly enigmatic, charismatic, and inspirational people around us. In fact, they walk among us you may not even know. I want to share their stories about thriving during transitions. The theory being that hearing about other people succeed will give anyone that may be struggling the motivation or encouragement to continue and thrive in their own respective transitions. This week, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to go against the grain, if you will, again, that habit that we've built up over the past 7 episodes. We wanted to change things up. I've been talking the past several weeks about transitions and how you're in transition, and even we've had guests to help illustrate how they thrived in the transition. This week, we wanted to have some fun and talk about movies. I said we, meaning I'm not alone. I said it again. We wanted to use movies to help illustrate what I've been saying all these weeks. Transitions are woven into the fabric of pop culture, whether through songs, art, books, or magazines. Transitions are unavoidable. There's no medium more popular or impactful than movies. They depict transitions in myriad ways. In fact, there are usually as many types of transitions in movies as there are personalities of people going through transitions. That's a lot. That's a really, really big number. Our hope is that you find a movie that resonates with you and that you get a bit of insight into your own personal transition. So here's a background. Here are the ground rules for what's going to happen today. My guest and I, not going to spoil things quite yet, but my guest and I created a top 5 list of movies that we believe represent transitions. Now, the lists are rank ordered, but these are our rankings. The reality is, just like your transition, your rankings will be different than ours. In fact, it's not about the rankings as so much as it is about what you can take from the movies that we talk about. What can you expect? Well, we're going to take turns sharing our list, starting with number 5, moving up through number 1. For each movie, we're going to give you the title of the movie, the year, the actors, a movie summary or synopsis, why we picked it, and a with them, or what's in it for me, or in this case, what's in it for you, or what you can expect the movie and or how the transitions are represented in that movie to impact you. I'll go on to say that my guest cheated. It just foul, red flag, yellow flag, whatever color flag is thrown in the air. But my guest cheated and tried to sway you by talking about things like awards and Oscars and Golden Globes and Sundance, blah, blah, blah. Like any of that actually really matters. Just saying, for the record. Additionally, there'll be a time for discussion or rebuttal for the other person's choice. In general, I think it's safe to say that we chose movies based on a few things. It just can't be pure entertainment. There has to be some substance. It just can't be motivational. There has to be some entertainment value. It has to be accessible to a broad range of audiences. Again, we have more in common than we do in difference. That's where we'll be talking and looking for a breadth and depth and variety of transitions in these movies. And obviously, it has to have a clear takeaway, meaning you don't need an interpreter to tell you what the point was. Ready? Okay. Let's get you entertained right after this little break. Were you not entertained? See what I did there? Another movie reference. Like I said, not our usual show. I hope that really is a good thing for you and that you enjoyed it. Again, special shout out to my boy, my brother, Steve Ryman. We hope you found something in movies that we listed and talked about. We hope you found some good watching options at a minimum, especially during any shelter-in-place declarations that may be in your area due to that whole COVID-19 thing that's still going on. But much more, we hope you found a way to connect to transitions in a way that you may not have thought of before. Again, movies are just as unique as individual transitions. Another proof point that we have more in common than we do in difference. Well, that brings us to the end of yet another episode of Thriving in the Transition, episode 8. Thanks for joining and allowing me the opportunity to be myself. If you're getting something from this podcast, please share. Please give us a 5-star rating wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe and add us to the list of other great podcasts that you listen to. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Logic Consulting, Logiq Consulting. Also, follow me on the Instagram at Logic Coach, Logiq_coach. Don't forget, follow the YouTube channel as well. That's called Thriving in the Transition. And yeah, there's a website too, www.thrivinginthetransition.com. Now you can get all of our episodes right from that webpage. We've added a podcast link, a podcast page to the menu for your convenience. See, everything I do it for you. Something like that. There may be a song with that title. Now, you don't have to go to multiple places to get caught up with what went on in Thriving in the Transition. Just go to that website, look for the podcast page, and you will be all good. Take a look around while you're there. I mean, you're already on the website. See how else we can connect. Lastly, if you're interested in supporting this podcast and helping us grow, send me an email, a tweet, an IM, or a direct message. Again, whatever platform it is that you listen to this podcast on, there's a way to connect with us. Utilize that option. You'll find a sponsorship button on my homepage on Anchor FM. That's www.anchor.fm/TITT. TITT for Thriving in the Transition. Again, look for the support button. Most importantly, don't keep this a secret. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers. Yell it across the street to the people that live across the street from you, because you can't go over and knock on the door and tell them. That'd be all weird right now. Make a paper airplane, right? Listen to Thriving in the Transition and throw it across the street. It's fun, it's creative activity. You can even have the kids do it. Be spontaneous. You have my permission. It's okay. You won't get in trouble. I'm sure there's no local ordinance preventing the making of paper airplanes or shouting across the street. In fact, I want to challenge you to set a goal to tell at least 5 other people about Thriving in the Transition, the impact that it's making. Feel free to use social media as well. That's all I got, folks. Until the next episode, cheers. Have a great day.